See? Not so bad.
Hi, Laura. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to see you, Daniel.
Thank you very much. I'm Daniel from IGN Japan. I've loved you as Ellie Sattler in the original movie. I was 13 when it came out. Now my daughter is 10 years old and she's a fan of you in Star Wars as Amelin Holdo. And,
Amazing.
Well, I'm really excited to take her to see the new movie. And obviously, over the years, you've played these, really strong characters in movies like Jurassic Park, where Ellie Sattler is just sort of somehow managing to get by in this very terrifying situation. And, you've got Amelin Holdo who gets to push Poe Dameron around in Star Wars and all these movies. And in the new film, you've got Bryce Dallas Howard in there and DeWanda Wise and Isabella Sermon and yourself. And it's a really, really great movie in that regard. I kind of feel like that's something that's in the series DNA. How did you feel about that in the new movie?
I really do as well, and I have to say I'm so grateful to the team, our fearless leader Steven Spielberg, that in 1993 we made sure that the female character in the movie was an equal to the men and was a feminist and had some iconic lines that were, deep in a feminist ethos. And when things got crazy, even when men were injured and needed to rest, she by herself would go and put herself in jeopardy to save everybody. That is not typical, as we know, to any female characters. We had two in other action films in the 90s that I can think of. So I love that in this franchise, it's authentically embedded with strong female characters. And that's continued all the way through. And to come back and meet up with the power of Bryce Dallas Howard and DeWanda Wise and Isabella, that was just amazing. And to see how it's grown and evolved. And how Ellie Sattler's evolved in her science and in her activism and who she is as a woman today.
Sure, yeah. And in terms of acting with you've got all the CG creatures, but also this time a lot of practical effects. And of course you had that in the original movies too, but did you find any difference in working with the dinosaurs this time compared to all the way back in the 90s?
Well, what I loved, because we presumed, having worked on the first film, that when we were invited back, there would be a lot of advanced CGI visual effects. And I was a bit nostalgic for the original because Stan Winston's mastery and animatronics and the puppeteers that worked on the film made it so alive. But in fact, Colin Trevorrow, our director and co-writer, really wanted to pay homage to the animatronics, and the people who worked on it were extraordinary. And many of, I want to say almost most of the dinosaurs we worked with were there with us. And they are not friendly.
It would be a very boring movie if they were.
True.